I just love that song so much. Speaking of songs, welcome to Talks with T. But speaking of songs, my song Secrets, it's been a year since it's released, will be this Sunday. So that's fun. I actually love this song. It's basically about don't keep secrets from me. I will find out. A lot of people tend to be shocked because they think that, I have, Andy, people be thinking I have people do my dirty work. I just find out. And like I wrote a song about it years ago, I find out all the secrets. So, there's this amazing saying I saw. Tell me before I find out. Or you know what? Next thing you know, you're getting a song written about you. Maybe an album, who knows? Whew. So welcome to Talks with T. So this week, I wanted to really talk about, a lot's been happening. It's been kind of busy. I've had a lot of people kind of come visit. I had my brother, if you guys didn't see the last podcast. I had my best friends come visit and just been, also experiencing LA more. And so I really wanted to kind of talk about this week, focus on just like people. And I really had time to reflect of the people in my life that genuinely are just amazing. I have no words sometimes. I was driving in my car today and I was texting a bunch of people that to me mean everything. And it was time to just reflect on the fact that there's been so much happening these past couple of weeks. And there's only a certain amount of people that really know everything and just have been supporting me through it all. And so it's just so amazing because again, for example, Bianna, if you're watching this, love you, girl. Ain't never gonna stop loving you, girl. She's my investor. She's literally my investor. She's literally my investor. So she came out and I met her in Boston. And it's funny because I forced my way into her life. I actually didn't like her at first, but now we're the best of friends. And so it's crazy because it feels like more than a year, but it's literally just been a year since Boston. And seeing her was insane. Seeing her was something that was wow, this is crazy. And it just it was exactly what I needed. And she always says you did you're always here, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to emphasize the people that are in my life that I find important. It really does matter. Someone, especially me, I don't really like getting emotional. I don't like showing vulnerability in front of people. I lack having to really be honest in the sense of emotion because I felt I said in my past podcast, that was just something that you keep it to yourself because you don't want to, vulnerability was very hard to show. And so what I noticed is the people that really stand by you at your worst times. Because, I think that right now, social media, it's so easy to fake happiness. It's so easy to just be everything is fine, all is well. But that's just not reality. And the people that truly have sat there, for the last couple of months, I have literally had breakdowns so many times, literally so many times. And I've constantly had a certain amount of people that have seen that. And it's not easy. I know when, tables are turned, it's not easy getting a phone call and you're just having to hear that, especially the people that are close to me. A lot of them would say seeing you this way is hard, blah, blah, blah. And, where I'm at now, I think that it really showed who stuck by even at your worst times. And, constantly supported and inspired. And, the career that I'm going for, it's again, not easy. It's just all over the place. And so to have that stability of people that are genuinely there and care is like the most amazing thing. And I'm so thankful for that. I really also urge, like, watch, again, only certain amount of people knew what I was going through, what I was feeling. I was, and that's important too, because I think what people don't understand is, like, I came from a place where when I was growing up, I'm an open book. I'm not shy. We've all learned that. I'm not shy. And it's so easy for me to, like, voice what I feel, like, to people, in a sense of, like, what you see is what you get. You either like me or you don't. Like, there's no, like, hiding that. Like, I'm loud, I am who I am. But at the same time, like, growing up, like, because I'm so social, I always felt like everyone needed to know everything. Like, everyone needed to know the raw moments, the bad moments, the sad moments, like, all of it. And that, like, screws with your mind a lot, because you feel like, again, I was like a people pleaser. So I felt like the people that I was going to, I was like getting this advice, and, eventually that gets so crazy too. Like, when you're getting 60 different opinions from 60 different people, that, sure, like, it's just different for everyone. And so as I was getting older, I was like, my circle was getting smaller, and I really started to see who valued me for me and was going to give me the advice that was best for me. Not for them, not for their ego, not for their pride, not for what looked better for them. I started to really see people who valued me, because there's a huge difference between being there and, like, oh, like, I like you, but then seeing, like, value in a person, seeing that like that's like an unconditional thing. I also saw, like, with unconditional love, like, there's going to be phases of your life. Like, I was literally like, I have two of my closest friends from home, Angelina and Marilena. Like, they've known me since I was like 10, maybe like Angelina's known me since I was like 5, and they've seen different phases of my life, like different times, different desires, different wants. And I saw something, and I really, like, love this, is to really have unconditional love for a person, you have to be okay with attending multiple funerals of who they were, because you're constantly changing, you're constantly evolving. And to sit here and say, like, it's not, like I said, it's not easy getting a phone call and, like, it's like a 360, you're feeling something, and the people that are going to value you and be there for you are going to build you and pour into you. Because even though there's people that I'm so thankful for, there's just a circle that I'm like, oh my God, like, I just wouldn't be who I am without you. And you know who you are. So, and it's just something that, again, like, there's so much gratitude for that, because, again, these last couple of months were not easy. You're going to, like, change isn't easy, I'm someone that will hustle it through, and sometimes not even, like, kind of reflect or, like, kind of take it in. Like, I'm constantly like, let's go. And when I had that time, like, it really was just like, whoa, like, there was so much happening and still so much happening all at once. But to know that I could make that phone call, like, there are people. And I also am someone that takes a lot of pride for being someone that is that for people. And so when that's reciprocated back, I'm, like, so thankful for that. Yeah. I also, again, some stories. Andy, darling, I'm just looking at you here, and it's just like, thank you. Carson. You guys are just here. Like, I mean, this is great. Like, this is great. Yeah. So it's, like, crazy, because I guess, like, having people, like, come into, like, again, I have, like, Carson that's, like, here. We came from Boston, whatever. But, like, people that came from, like, New York or, like, the East Coast, like, to come here, it was so wild to me, because I was like, whoa, like, this is like two worlds colliding. And to see like like Bianna said this to me and I was like, really? She's like, I saw you not less, it hasn't even been a year yet. And like, there's so much that's changed and like so much that's been accomplished. And like, you need those people too, like that are going to keep you accountable, but also like give you that feedback, give you that realism. Because like, I think that's something that I notice is a lot of people are scared to be real. Like, and if your friends are not being honest with you or telling you how it is, whether you like listen or not, because there's been things like that people have told me out of love, but it's only something I was able to understand or do on my own time. But when that honesty was still there. So if you're not, I've said this in the past, like if you're the smartest in a room, you're in the wrong room, because you should not be with people that are just gonna, like, you should be growing. And there is a certain amount of people that I actually look at and I'm like, oh, you not only grow me, but I'm so inspired by you. Like I constantly like am just thankful and inspired by you, because I don't want to be someone that's like at the top of everything. I want to be able to grow and grow in a way where there's no competition. Like I'm very thankful that I have people in my life that I'm not in a competition with you. Like I know when I come with you with good news, regardless if you're going through something bad of your own, you are going to support me and love me and cheer me on no matter what. That is like something that's so rare and so amazing to have. And yeah, I can't grasp that, because as much I've had moments where like I've just felt so alone. Like I felt so just tired and alone. And even in that moment, I still had people that I knew if I called, like in a second, would come fly out here if they needed to, would come out and drive out here, would help, would stay on the phone with me, would deal with that. And, that's something that is like today I really was like, wow, like I'm very thankful for that. Cause even here, it's hard to find people that are genuine. In life in general, it's very hard to find people that are genuine. I always say like, it's easy to find people that are nice. It's hard to find people that are kind, because kindness, you actually have to have a heart for that. You actually have to have patience for that. You have to have unconditional love. And people don't want that, especially now these days. Like no one wants that. No one, it's hard. Like, so when you find people that are genuine, like really hold on to those people, because that is something that you're not going to find very easy. You're not going to, it's going to get you through a lot. And those people are going to see you in times where, like, because I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, Carson, how many times do you hear me, like, apologize to you? Because I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But he's always like, this is life. Like, hasn't, like, once been like, shut up. If you say shut up to me, it's probably because I've said something stupid. You're like, shut up. But still keeps me accountable. So that's but, I just think that one thing is really, really appreciate and hold on to those people that you have in your life. Like that's not given. Like there's also a saying in the Bible that says like, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. Like you're going to constantly, like if your friends are not sharpening you, you need to reevaluate your friend group. You need to like, just like cut the cord. It's my favorite line. Cut the cord. Because if you want to grow, you're also not meant to do life alone. Like you can't grow, like Rome wasn't built in a day, and you have to really take account of who you surround yourself with, because who you surround yourself with will really matter on who you are, how you believe in. If you're hanging out with people that are all negative, I promise you're going to think negative. You're not going to want to think far ahead, because like everyone around you is negative. If you're hanging out with a group of cheaters, you're going to start to think cheating is cool. Am I right, Andy? Yeah. Not that Andy's in a very happy marriage. He loves his wife.
Why do I say it like that?
Well, because
it sound like it's genuine.
It is genuine. So, if you're hanging out with people, like I'm give this man a shout out again. Mr. Leone from middle school used to tell us, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are. Like, and I would be like, Mr. Leone, like, what do you mean? But it's true. Like, you are who you surround yourself with. And I noticed that even when I was like younger, like the goals that I wanted, the aspirations that I wanted, like some people are going to fall out of your life. And that's why I say, like, really watch who your friends are. And the people that are, I'm like, oh, there's very limited amount of people that I look at and I'm like, oh, you inspire me. Like, because no one, like, you have to have the same mentality and the same mindset. And no one is going to do that for you. So if you're surrounding yourself in an environment that is like that is just negative, you're going to be negative. You're not going to see it. Of course, if you're asking your boys like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Like and they're freaking out there doing the same thing. They're not of course it's going to look normal. Well, it's going to be cool. Like, I've had people give me advice and I'm like, oh, that's coming from, like, you're reflecting on what you're going through. Like, is this genuine or is this just because you're going through that the same way? It's just, you have to really be cautious of who you have in your life. And that, growing up, like, as a social person, like, again, I always thought everyone was my friend. Everyone is this, because I would pour out love. I would pour that out. And then I had to really take into effect, like, but what is given back? Like, true friendship, it's both ways. It's not one-sided. It's going to constantly be back and forth. And if you're constantly giving and giving and giving, there's nothing left to give. You know, you have to pour yourself, fill yourself up, like fill the water up. And then whatever's left, like, that's what you're pouring out. But if you're just letting it all go, it's a lot. It's just not good. And you have to, you know, that was when I came and I was like, as you're growing, you're going to see your circle. I saw it wasn't getting bigger. It was getting smaller. It doesn't get bigger because you start to see who is really there for you, loves you. And I have friends, like, again, people from home, like, I don't talk to them every single day. Angelina, love you. I don't talk to Angelina 24/7. Like, we went from, like, being, like, next door neighbors to, like, now I'm here and, like, I sit there and I'm like, but I know that if I call her, she's there. She's there, like, she's gonna do it, and vice versa. Like, it's funny how some of the closest people in my life, I don't need to talk to you every single day to know that you're gonna show up, because I know who you are. I know, like, that, like, I know your heart. I know who you are. And that speaks volume. That speaks so much volume, is when I don't need to talk to you, is when I do see you, it feels like I saw you yesterday. It feels like I've been with you for a week. That speaks volume, because I used to think that love meant consistency of, like, constant, like, time. And to a certain extent, yeah, you're giving that time, but, you know, you're like, it's not going to be 24/7. As you get older, you're going to start to see, like, your circle is going to get smaller, and it's going to be filled with people that actually care and love you unconditionally, no matter what phase you're in your life, and will show up and pour into you. Doesn't need to be every single day. It doesn't need to, but they're there, and you know that they're genuine. And that's what I'm thankful for, because sometimes like I've said this, like, sometimes I don't even need someone to tell me anything. I just need you to be there. I just, like, you're like a presence. There's no price for presence. Like, there's like, you can't, it's just being there, just sitting there. And even, like, the people here recently, like, I'm very thankful for, like, my work friends, because even them, like, I'm with them so much, like, and getting that closeness and being able to just be like that is so, like, I'm so thankful for that, because I'm, like, surrounded by people that, again, like, we're having fun. We're talking about these deep things. We're getting close. Like, that's something that I don't take for granted. And it's just insane to see, like, how much of a progression, like, even how much people have poured into me has helped, because a couple months ago, like, really, no one knew it. Unless you really knew, no one really knew. I was, like, just going through it. And still I have my moments, but, like, I really was, like, reflecting back today was like, wow, like, those couple of months sucked. Like, those couple of months, I literally didn't even recognize who I was. And it was all internal. It was all, like, I wasn't showing that to everyone. And now I'm like, wow, like, this is great. And it also mattered. I had to really evaluate what is being poured into me. Like, when you, like, if your peace is such a big thing, And the people you surround yourself should be bringing you peace. They shouldn't be bringing you like anxiety, like you got enough of that your own. Like, so if the people around you are not bringing you that, that's another way for you to understand if you need to reevaluate who you surround yourself with. Because the people that are going to be around you are going to bring you genuine peace, are genuinely going to still you. Because that, like I said, iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. And that is so important. That goes with anything. Like anyone new, old, you're gonna, like, if you want to keep growing, some people are only serve a season in your life and they show you that. But, you know, at the end of the day, to evaluate who's meant to be in your life, really sit there and think, does this person bring me peace? Is this person actually genuine? And that's, I promise you, half your list will go away. Half your list is just gonna be like, because I could think of so many people that I've had throughout my life that I'm like, ooh, or like, oh, like I outgrew them, like whatever. But like, you gotta just evaluate, and that circle will get smaller, and that's okay. You have to be okay with that, because that for a while was hard for me to understand and grasp. I was like, no, I want to be like, I'm definitely the social butterfly, but my circle be small. The people that really see me. Like, and again, I'm an open book. You're going to, what you see is what you get. But in talking about like vulnerability type stuff, like deep stuff, not everyone gets to see that. Not everyone will see that. And that's okay, because that's another thing you have to learn is like, not everyone is meant to have that. Cause like I said, people are going to have so many freaking opinions. Like, you can't let that grasp you, because the people who do know you know what's best for you and will speak the volume into your life that you should be hearing. And so I'm just like, again, that's just one of my talks with T. How much time we have? Yeah? How much? What are we on? This is a tradition. We good? Wow. It's amazing. That's nice. Well, I'm just going to keep going for like 2 seconds, you know? But yeah, I just wanted to, again, like, I was just reflecting today and I was like, what am I going to talk about? And I was like, you know what? I want to talk about the people that are in my life, like the people that constantly inspire me to be better. You know who you are. Because if you got that text today, thank you for seeing me at my worst. It's embarrassing. I mean, I always say that. I think that's why the text came. I was like, oh my gosh, I really like, whoa, that's a lot. But it's just, it means a lot. So I'm very excited for what's to come. I'm very excited about just like the journey, taking the journey. And it's a day by day thing. And surround yourself with the people that are going to fill you up, bring you that peace. And also go stream my music. Secrets is a year. It's been out for a year. So go listen, because you know what? One thing my friends don't do is they don't keep secrets from me, because they know I'm going to find out anyway. A lot of people be knowing I can like be a spy. Like if all else fails, Carson, I'm just going to be a freaking like FBI agent. Because like, I literally could. I'd be finding things out. Like and it's not, you know what? I don't even find out things for me, because it's one thing about me. I don't need people to do my dirty work. I'll find out on my own. I will find out for people. And you know what? You can ask Carson. I get even more heated when I find out things about my friends. Like I'll be like, oh my God, I'm about to jump in the ringer. Don't worry, I got you. Like, because when I find out, I'm like, I'll be like, you do me dirty is one thing. Like, Russian blood, I'll get over it eventually. But my friends? Oh no. Talk about friends. Like, see my friends. Like my friends know that if they call me, it's done. It's over. Matt Westergaard, we went out one time and I will never forget, like we were out and someone was like talking to him and they wouldn't leave him alone. He knew the second that he kicked me under that table, hell would break loose. So he waited a couple minutes. He waited. This was in Boston. He waited a little bit and then I felt it. And you know what happened? T-Money came out. Russian Rage. I was like, Biana was there too. And the guy ended up walking away because he was, embarrassed after that. But
what did you say?
Well, I asked him if he had friends. I asked this man, do you have friends? And he was like, yeah, like my best friend over there, the lawyer. I didn't ask what your friend was, first of all. And he was just like, I didn't ask. Like, I asked, do you have friends? I didn't care. I didn't ask what your friend did for a living. And he was like, yeah. I was like, so you're here for 30 minutes. And this is a grown ass man talking to us. And I'm like, well, what do you want? Why are you here? Go to your friend. He's alone at the bar. He's like, this bitch. And I was like, say it to my face. He's like, you're a bitch. And I go, you thought that would hurt me? I liked it. I was like, I know I am. And he walked away. He was embarrassed. Yeah. But Matt told Biana, he was like, I knew that once I did that, like this guy would go away because Teona wouldn't let it. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, you just call me up. I'll find out what you need me to find out. Sometimes it's just these feelings, I get these feelings and, it's crazy how in tuned I am for myself and my friends. But yeah, long story short, don't mess with my friends or me. Because my friends got my back. And, I got theirs. If you need me, I'm here. Everyone knows that. I will say another thing, the reason why people know that I'm there is like, remember, there was this one time my phone like disconnected and Matt couldn't reach me. And he literally was like, Teona's always on her phone. Like, this is insane. Like, something's wrong. Like, he really genuinely thought, like, I was driving to PA and my dad like lives 10 minutes away from Matt. So thank God, like, because I was like, my phone's disconnected. I either have to go back to Staten Island or just wing it. That was a crazy day because I ended up going to some trucker in the middle of the road and asking him for maps to take a pic. I was doing it all old school. I was like, my navigation don't work. I'm just guessing at this point. Anyways, like Matt's like, if I have to reach Teona, like she answers quick. It's true. And if I don't answer the phone, I will text you and be like, hey, sorry, I'm like doing something. Let me call you back. So you know that if you need me, I'm here. So you let me know. I posted once, I'm definitely that friend. We go to a rock concert. We go to church, hijack someone's car, whatever you want. I'm down to do it all. Like, you let me know, but I'll listen to you talk, give you some advice. Andy, Andy loves this. Me and Andy vibe. We talk about spoons and shit. So I forgot what we talked. Oh, I think we were talking about like dumplings the other day. Oh, it's a little embarrassing. But anyways, this was Talks with T. Go, I'm glad you watched it. Until next time, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Thank you. Bye.